Hi, this is Matthias Jabs from the Scorpions, and you are listening to Appetite for Distortion.
Yeah! This is just another amazing guest that we're getting here on the program, all connected with our 6 degrees of GNR bacon. Matthias Jabs, guitarist from the Scorpions. And the Scorpions, if you haven't heard yet, have announced they are going to Las Vegas. Yes, another rock and roll band doing a Las Vegas residency, which I think is just a really cool thing that is in vogue now. So Sin City Nights going to kick off July 4th at Zappos Theater at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino in Vegas, and going to be joined by Queensryche. Welcome to the show, Matthias. It's an honor to speak with you today.
Hi, Brandon.
I'm just wondering, you know, of course you're from Germany. The Scorpions are a German band. Does Las Vegas hold the same kind of weight, same cachet as it does to you, just like it does here in America?
I would say so, yes. Yeah, I think it has changed slightly to a more like a commercial, fashionable fairground place. It used to be that just casinos in the middle of the desert kind of image with lots of nightclubs. And meanwhile, I think it has grown up a bit to something more, I could call it civilized. That's the image over here, at least.
What makes it special to you? There are a lot of rock bands now going to Vegas and doing a residency. So what is it, aside from the obvious, about Vegas for you?
I think, what's interesting for all the artists is that you can stay in one place and the fans are coming to you and you don't have to travel, because the traveling is that part of being in a band, rock band, that nobody really likes. You know, no matter how comfortable you're traveling, the shows and to play for the people, that's the fun part. But the travel, not so much. So I think that's attractive to anybody to stay in one place. You don't have to check out the next morning. You don't have to rush to an airport. You just stay there and enjoy a day off in between or two, and then you play another show. And the stuff, it's all like set up, and nobody has to worry about it. The crew must love it because they don't have to, unload and load in and whatever, set it all up. And so I think that makes it very attractive rather than, touring through the country all the time.
Specifically, what other rock bands, when they played Vegas, you're like, you know what, that's a good idea. I want to play Vegas as well, just like these guys.
I think before we did it the first time, I think Kiss did it as well, and many others, Def Leppard, and I think I saw posters of Santana playing a whole month last time we were there. And so it's something, the bands talk about and say it's a great thing to do. So obviously at some point, when you get the offer, you go, okay, let's do that too.
Now, opening for you in Vegas is Queensryche. How did that come about?
The promoter asked for it. They were there last time in 2016. And we get along great with them, and we toured with them outside of Vegas as well. And they are nice people, and they're musical. They have good songs, and promoter said if we could do it again. We said yes, of course.
The Scorpions, of course, famously have been together for over 50 years. You have been a part of the band for over 40. What anniversary is it for you this year? What year are you celebrating this year with the Scorpions?
It will be 42 years. I have a note where it says I played the audition on the 18th of June, 1978. So in the summer, it will be 42 years.
So impressive, incredible. With your career, do you often reflect and just think about all of your accomplishments, or is it more about the now and what's to come?
It is definitely about today and tomorrow and the next project or move. Only when we see like documentaries, there are like 2-3 documentaries out which are like authentic and original. And then when I see those, there's a thing out that's called Forever and a Day. And I saw that in a theater here in my hometown a couple years ago when it came out. And I went, wow. We've done quite a lot of things throughout the decades, but normally I don't even think about that, not only because I don't have time to think about that, it would just slow me down, but I don't want to, it's like looking back, it's only occasionally, when somebody shows you something so that you think about it and reflect, but not normally.
Other than Sin City Nights, of course, in Las Vegas, what else can we expect from you and the Scorpions this year?
At the moment, I'm very focused on songwriting. And, I spent all day in the studio yesterday recording a new song, and tonight I have to do some singing. I don't know if that's a good idea after talking all day, but we have to find out. I'm drinking ginger tea. But we are focused on recording a new album, starting the rehearsals in April. And then we go over to Los Angeles in May and June, and we probably cannot come back to Germany, home, but we will stay in LA and then go straight to Vegas. So it's about recording a new album this year, which is supposed to be released in November if everything goes well. And then the plan is to tour in 2021, starting in the U.S.
Is it too early to tell us what we can expect from the new record, or is it a secret right now?
Yeah, we have plenty of songs, but everybody's writing at the moment to get some more. The producer is Greg Fiedelman, who's known for producing Metallica and Slipknot. I think that was his latest project. And so that gives you like an idea that we try to, record an album on the harder side.
Matthias, I hate to admit this. I've never been to Las Vegas.
You've never been to Las Vegas? That's amazing. Wow.
I lead a very sad life.
Okay, that is sad. So you have to go then. July, 4th of July, the kickoff of the residency. That's the date you can remember.
I just haven't had the time. I just work all the time.
You got to try it.
I'll get there. Don't worry.
Okay, super.
Now, if you've noticed the name of my podcast...
Yeah, it sounds like Appetite for Destruction, yeah.
Right, Appetite for Distortion. I'm wondering, because we do this 6 degrees of separation with the band, with all of our guests, what connections you have with the band, perhaps working with Slash. And one of the ones that I saw that really stuck out was the 1999 concert in Germany, Michael Jackson and Friends, where Slash was there, you were there. So what connections do you have to Guns N' Roses?
Yeah, I mean, we met Slash very early on. I think it was at some gold record presentation, platinum, whatever award presentation in Los Angeles in the late 80s or maybe 1990, around that time, 88, 89, 90. I think 88, because in 89 I saw them playing in front of the Rolling Stones in the stadium in LA. Yeah, he was just there, and he said, yeah, I'm a big fan, and we talked. And later on, we met, at some festivals, and last time I remember it was in Italy, I think, a couple of years ago. And, and the show with Michael Jackson, it was called Michael Jackson and Friends, but to be honest, I don't think he even said hello to anybody, his good friends. And there was, people like Jack Bruce from Cream, Ringo Starr, Beatles, and we were there, and many others, and the guy didn't even say hello. So much for Friends. And then he had this accident on stage. I saw it from the hotel. We played. We had to leave for the States the next morning, or that evening even. And so we played around early afternoon, went back to the hotel. Everybody played like 1 or 2 songs. And then I saw him crash with that device, something that should lift him up. But I think he was taken to the hospital. And that goes on when you have some bad karma.
Yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from. And that, I mean, you listed some of the acts that were on Michael Jackson and Friends. That's just one of the major shows you've played in your 42 years. I can't expect you to pick, like your favorite, but I'm curious, is there a show that you think about most? Something that maybe wakes you up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh, that was cool. I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I had that experience.
I mean, we just played one recently. We played in October of last year. We played Rock in Rio. And we were there when it happened the very first time in 1985. And we played to 350,000 people back then. This time they have a different ground now, the festival ground, and there were like 110,000 people. And we played, Iron Maiden was in front of us, and then we played at midnight. And the atmosphere and the energy of the people after being there all day was just amazing. And we were great that day, and we were voted the best band of the entire festival, which goes on for a whole week. So that was one of the best shows ever.
Well, I'm really looking forward to new Scorpions coming out, and of course Sin City Nights in Las Vegas. I'm going to do my best to make it out there.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It will be a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Matthias.
Thank you so much.